a lot of this plant-based, meat alternative stuff, which I always find it funny. Like people who are into meat are not trying to make meat look like carrots and broccoli, but all the, like meat is supposed to be this horrible thing, but the plant-based people just can't not. They're so excited to try to replace meat, which is, supposed to be this horrible thing. So I don't know. Why don't you just eat beans and rice and call it a day? But there's some pretty good life cycle analyses that are coming up, and it doesn't look favorably on the ecological side, and just the cost, like the what arrives at the consumer. So like Impossible burgers are more than double the price of grass-fed organic filet.
Is that for the consumer or for the producer?
Well, both.
Really?
The consumer is that cost.
You're going to have to listen to that, because I'm feeling now like maybe I totally misheard it, but there was some sort of like financial benefit on one end for this plant-based options. So
I mean, people say that all the time, but just at the checkout stand, it's pretty easy. Like Impossible Burger costs twice as much as what like grass-fed organic filet costs per pound. So yeah.
My 17-year-old's really funny. He's really super thin, and we're working really hard with him on eating more real foods and more protein, and really kind of dialing it in. He's really focused on it, but he's just this consumer. He's part of this consumer age. He has his own car. He has his own debit card. He makes his own money. He stops by at the convenience store. Well, a couple months ago, we get home and he's already home and he's made himself some dinner. And I'm like, what are you eating? He's like, chicken nuggets. I've seen these at the store, and they're really, really, they're everywhere, and they taste great. And he's eating. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, let me look at the box. I'm like, dude, these are plant-based. He's like, what? I'm like, these aren't chicken. They're like called nugs or something.
Right.
So we had such a good laugh, and he's like, but they're really good. Guess what? He never ate one again. They're still so
funny. Oh.
I don't know if it's like a psychological thing, but he knows that I absolutely love beef. I love meat. Like, it's just like, that's what I consume the most of. So right. I don't know if it's like, hey, I want to make my dad proud and not eat this stuff, or what it was, but it's funny because he had no clue. So they're doing a good job at this mimicking of flavor. I don't know what it takes to get there, but
a lot of good chemistry.
And I told him, hey, like, look, marketing works. Like, you saw it everywhere. There's a picture of a chicken on the front. Like, you talk about this emulating the real thing. This is crazy. Like, I put a picture of a chicken if there's no chicken in there. I just don't understand it. So anyway, just let's move this into something that might be really interesting for the listeners, and that's food and your kids. That's something I really want to talk to you about, because I don't know how much of I'd love to say you're a pioneer in this movement. I really think you are, in kind of the paleo eating. And
pioneers get the arrows. So I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.